Have you ever feel like you are living in two different worlds? I often ask myself this question as I navigate life here in America while carrying my Cambodian roots close to my heart. With what has been happening to the community of immigrants, I want to share my very personal story with you, my journey, my challenges, and the lesson I have garnered along the way as an immigrant from Cambodia. It's been about 13 years since I first came to this country. I arrived full of hope, pursuing my master's degree. But what I didn't realize then was that this journey would shape me in ways I never expected. Leaving home was one of the hardest things I ever done. I still remember the heat, the busy street, the smell of my mom's cooking. Cambodia was all I knew. When I first arrived in the US, everything was loud, fast, and unfamiliar. I didn't speak the language quite well back then. I felt like I was constantly falling behind, trying to catch up with everyone else. And homesickness was real. I missed the small, simple things, the sounds of my own Khmer language being spoken around me, the flavors of home, and the familiar smiles. I felt alone, but I knew I had to keep moving forward. One of the biggest challenges was finding where I belonged. I didn't feel Cambodian enough when I visited home, but I didn't feel American enough here too. How I sound often made me feel invisible. But somewhere along the way, I realized that my differences were not something to hide. They are part of my story. They are what make me unique. Slowly, I started to embrace my accent, my culture, and my history. And I learned that I could carry Cambodia with me everywhere I go. Things began to shift when I found people who saw me, who wanted to understand me, not just the surface, but my story. I stopped trying to separate my Cambodian self from my American life. I began to realize I could carry both with me proudly. I cooked my mom's recipe in my own kitchen. I shared stories about Cambodia with friends who wanted to learn. And that's when I felt the most alive, when I accepted that I didn't have to let go of one world to live fully in another. My story is not just my own. It's a story shared by so many people who are living between cultures, between languages, between worlds. What I've learned is that you don't have to become someone else to belong. You already belong just as you are. Life is not about getting everything right. It's about living the journey embracing the ups and downs and honoring where we came from and giving back as best we could. The things that once made me feel like an outsider 13 years ago, they are now the things that ground me the most.